Hello people and welcome to a card review on Biomancers Familiar. Let's talk about it and let's see how good and valid it is for competitive Elder Dragon Highlander. So this is actually training grounds on legs. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost up to 2 less to activate. This effect can't reduce the amount of mana an ability cost to activate less than 1 mana. Now, Training Grounds already see play in Thrasius and Tassiger because it reduced the commander's activated ability to draw a card. If you have both Training Grounds and Biomancers Familiar in play, Thrasius' ability is gonna cost 1 mana, and that is actually pretty good to scry one, then draw a card. But Biomancer's Familiar is a creature, meaning that we can do some tricks with it. Let me show you a line, a Flash Hulk line that uses this Simic pet. On the first Hulk trigger, we will find a CMC cost 3 Feldon of the third path. And then this little haste goblin that we can sacrifice to give Feldon haste. And then we have 2 CMC left, so we will find the Simic Training Ground creature card. This means that Feldon's ability will only cost 1 red mana. Let's sacrifice this goblin so Feldon have haste. Now Hulk is in your grave. Let's pay 1 red mana and activate Feldon. And this is actually how the rules and everything work, that we will get a token of this, an artifact token. We will proceed to our end step where we will sacrifice this token. This will give you a secondary Hulk trigger. I do like to mention that this is not going to be an ongoing effect to get more Hulk triggers because we're gonna be proceeding into our cleanup step. And in our cleanup step, we have a new set of priority, meaning that if we find anything that will untap Feldon in our cleanup step, we can keep on going. But we need a sack outlet from here because we're not getting a secondary beginning of your end step. To untap Feldon, we will grab Familier Ranger. 1 green mana. Return a forest you control to owner's hand. Untap target creature card. We can bring Dryad Arbor, which is a forest with a CMC cost of 0 from the deck as well. So we have a target, or well, we have a forest that we can use to untap Feldon. We can't repetitively use this over and over because this ability can only be used once each turn. Now we need a sack outlet. We're gonna find Dark Dweller Oracle. 1 generic mana, sacrifice a creature. Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. This is kind of a draw effect. Then we're gonna grab Heritage Druid for 1 green mana, tap 3 untapped elves, add 3 green mana to your mana pool. So we can find 1, 2, 3, 4. We can find anything for a CMC cost of 2, or maybe 2 green dorks. Feldon actually costs red mana. We can fix this with Sky Shroud Elf. So we tap all these 3 elves for 3 green mana. Heritage Druid is bypassing Summoning Sickness. And we use some of that green mana to generate red mana. And we untapped Feldon already with Familier Ranger. So we tap him for 1 red mana, generating a secondary Hulk token. This time around, we're gonna be using the Dark Dweller Oracle now to sacrifice it. We generated 3, we've spent 1, we've spent 2, we have 1 mana floating, and a Hulk trigger on the stack. And all we really need is Village Bell Ringer, which will untap all creature cards. And we had 1 mana floating, so let's sacrifice the Village Bell Ringer to the grave. Now everything is untapped. Let's tap these 3 for green and red mana. Let's tap Feldon for 1 mana, 2 mana floating. Let's bring Village Bell Ringer back into play and use 1 mana to sacrifice it, and everything untaps. And from here we have infinite mana, but also we have exiled our entire deck from play. Is that bad? Not if we have infinite mana. All we really need is a lightning bolt. Let's begin with casting that and target a player, dealing 3 damage. Cool. Then let's cast Noxus Revival, returning lightning bolt from our graveyard back on top of our deck. Then let's cast Crossan Reclamation, returning the Noxus Revival back to our deck. And well, maybe something more. Then we can use this creature to draw into these cards. So let's draw into, or let's exile into Noxus Revival, cast it because we have infinite mana, return this to our deck. Then draw some more till we find Lightning Bolt and cast that thing again. Then cast, where was I? Cast this thing from our deck, return these two, and you have a loop. Infinite damage. Oh yeah, one more thing. I haven't used a single black card whatsoever. Therefore, we could possibly put this Hulk line inside Thrasius and something red and white. But we can actually cut white too. And instead of playing this actually useless commander, we could play Chrome and have a decent commander. Chrome is actually kinda good, and this is Temu colors. Actually, you could even swap out these two and play Anima, Soul of Elementals, or maybe Maelstrom Wanderer. There are more different Hulk lines that you can go for with Feldon of the third path. But I think this video have been showcasing the potential in Biomancers Familiar. I think the card is definitely good. Just the fact that it reduces the activation cost of Thrasius is good enough to see play. The fact that you can use it inside a Hulk line is pretty cool, and it opens up some cool possibilities. I think that card is gonna be amazing, and I hope to see more cards like that in the future. Hope you enjoyed the video and take care. Stay tuned for more card reviews coming up.